Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Today I thought I would do my weekly wrap up because I don't know, I think it was last Thursday because of the holidays that I updated you guys anyway. And I am sorry to report. Let me get it up here for you. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, here you go. But I had to DNF this book because I got 197 pages in and I just didn't care anymore. There was a lot of uh, sexual talk and sexual things going on between like a 40-year-old and a 16-year-old. And then um, the separating couple had a 6-year-old little girl, and she walked in on the 40-year-old and the 16-year-old. Um, and then, well, you get what I'm saying. But I just didn't care. And I looked at the back of the book, and which I usually don't do, but when I'm thinking of DNFing a book, um, I do look a couple of pages before the end to see kind of what's going on. The little girl grows up and actually goes to the college or university um, that the 16-year-old at the time goes to. She's like the first, one of the first girls that are allowed at this university. But even the part that I did read, he was the 16-year-old was older at this time, and he was talking to his girlfriend, wife, or something about this little girl that he used to live with pretty much. And telling his girlfriend or whoever she was that she or he knew probably how Ruth, which is the little girl, was having sex with her boyfriend or whatever because she had walked in on her mother and him so many times. He, Sophie, he probably knew how she was having sex or whatever. I just didn't care at that point, so I DNF'd it, and that's the way it's going to stay. If I can find a way to get rid of it, I will. It's on my bookbench if you guys want to try it for yourself. The book came out in 2004, but now onto my currently reading books books for this week. Sorry about the dogs. The one I'm currently reading the most of is Body Language by Suzanne Brockman. I am on page 76. This ends on 279. So I've been putting most of what little attention I can on this book. So I can get this finished because it is part of Chantel's read your bookshelf challenge or whatever. So this is what I'm currently reading. It came out in, let's see if we can find out. It came out in 2008. And I am kind of currently reading The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. Everybody seems to be reading this here lately, but my husband really likes the series, or most of the books in the series, and wanted me to get started on it, so I'm only on the the prologue of this one. This one's going to take me forever to finish. I just know it will, but I will let you guys know what I'm thinking about it each week when I do my wrap ups. So, yeah. Right now, we're just getting introduced to the characters, some of the characters, but I know this one's gonna take me forever. As of right now, I haven't decided what else I want to read yet. I usually have 3 books on the go. Right now, I don't because my mind hasn't really been into reading. So that is my reading update. And for those of you that don't want to know, kind of a life update at this point, you can leave. And I thank you for watching and putting up with my dogs today because I can't get them to be quiet. When I'm home by myself, they bark at everything. But anyways, back to the life update. On the 3rd of January, one of my aunts passed away. She was my uncle's wife, so she was married in. But you know, she was family, of course, and I really liked her for the most part. But for the last few years, she hasn't been herself. She had to go into a nursing home herself, and she had dementia, I think, and I don't know, she just wasn't her. old self. But anyways, um, so I'm kind of dealing with the grief of losing her, and on the other side of things, I'm dealing with the fact that my mom was finally taken to a nursing home. Um, she was in rehab for a long time, um, but they finally decided that she needed to be in a nursing home instead of going back to her apartment and having my sister take care of her because my sister has her own health problems. And it would just be better on my sister since I couldn't live with her because of my own disabilities and I couldn't help her or whatever. You guys know about all of that. But here soon we are going to have to move my mom's stuff out of the apartment she lived in for 8 to 10 years. I think it was, I think she was going into her 9th or 10th year of living in this apartment. Um, so I am going to have to go back to Indiana and help my sister pack up all of her stuff. Neither one of us wants to do it, but we've got to. So, at some point on a weekend, my husband and I have to go help them. And this year so far hasn't been much better than 2020. But I'm hoping after everything settles down that I can make this year better than it's starting out to be. As of right now, I don't know if that's gonna happen. Um, Yesterday, my mom was having a lot of trouble breathing. Um, she just went into the nursing home, so right now she is quarantined by herself. The nurses can only go in to check on her every now and then. Um, my sisters had to call the nursing home and actually say, like yesterday, she had to call them a couple times and tell them that my mom couldn't even uh, say 2 words without being so out of breath she couldn't talk on the phone. So they ended up sending a nurse in there. But as of right now, she's quarantined in the nursing home, and they're trying to stay out of her room as much as possible because they don't know if she has COVID or not. Um, she doesn't, by the way. She was tested quite a few times before going into rehab, and then uh, she was tested quite a few times when she went to the hospital and before they transferred her to rehab. And that kind of stuff. So at the moment, she doesn't have COVID. Um, but this nursing home has had a couple rounds with COVID sweep through their facility. So that's a lot on our minds. Because if my mom gets it, she's gonna be gone. And we all know that. Even my mom knows that. So we're just taking it one day at a time right now. And we will see what happens from here. Um, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.